999.
Live from Augusta, you're watching News 12 at 6 o'clock.
And first on News 12 at 6 o'clock, another development into the deputies' use of force at the Webster Detention Center. Now more deputies are facing charges. Last night, the I-Team broke news of the arrest of Daniel DeVersa, Tavian Jones, and John Whitaker.
Johnny Atkinson and Austin Birch were also arrested Friday. As of today, all 5 have posted bond. These arrests come after a 2022 incident where deputies were called to the detention center regarding unruly inmates. Just last night, our I-Team exposed a disparity in the sheriff's office timeline. Internal Affairs says they learned about the incident this past Thursday, but our I-Team first showed you video of it 6 months ago. Tonight, our I-Team has uncovered even more video, and we want to warn you, these clips will be upsetting to some. It shows inmates being told to lay face down in water. One is punched and choked, another kicked, and it's the first-person view of one of the deputies who was there and who we've learned was just arrested today on charges of violation of oath of office. The Richmond County Sheriff's Office has not officially confirmed if Melissa Morello's charges are in connection to this incident yet, though.
As they investigate what happened that day almost 2 years ago, Meredith Anderson is here tonight to walk us through this new video you'll only see here on News 12.
It is important to note, I did not get this video from the Richmond County Sheriff's Office. A source gave me this video today, and it sheds a lot more light on what happened and who could be involved. As deputies file into the jail, you can see water on the ground. The call allegedly went out for them to help with an inmate riot, but sources tell the I-Team inmates flooded their pod in protest of plumbing issues.
Put them all on their face. Put them all on their face.
With the video paused here, you can see inmates on the second floor with their hands up. Deputies race in through ankle-deep water and up the stairs. Again, sources tell the I-Team deputies were told this was a riot. But by the time they reach the inmates, it appears all of them are on the ground. The inmates comply, but Deputy Melissa Morello, who is wearing the camera in this video, is not happy.
I know y'all think twice about this stuff.
Then, a repeat of the instructions another deputy first gave at the door. The inmates, one of them pushed down the stairs, are then forced to lay down in the water that's getting deeper.
On the ground! On the ground! On the ground! Here, bring him over here! Bring him over here! You can lay down face first! Face first! Face first!
It's difficult to hear, but an inmate isn't happy about his face in the water and insinuates he might do something about it if he didn't have handcuffs on.
I'm a handcuff. I can't do that. Take them all outside. You want to do He wants his cuffs off. Come on. He wants his cuffs off. You're not to fight.
Deputy Morello then takes the inmate's cuffs off, but before he's even able to stand up, you can see he's punched. Then he's tackled in a chokehold. You can hear other deputies appear to egg him on. A little later, you see another deputy stomp on or kick an inmate's hands.
I guarantee y'all will think twice about this next time, won't y'all? Won't y'all?
Now, this is just a portion of the video my source gave me today, and all it is about 13 minutes of footage, and we will post all of it to our website and app when we can. A quick note about that, though. As we did with this story, we will be blurring the faces of the inmates in that video. Inmates at the jail who have not been to trial are presumed innocent, so we made the decision to protect their identities. We will not be blurring the faces of the law enforcement officers, some of whom have already been arrested and charged in connection with this incident. Of course, we will continue to follow this story.
Meredith Anderson with an I-Team follow-up there. Meredith, thank you. We have much more news ahead. Now, a check of the weather with Riley Hale.
This is the town.
A cold start nonetheless for our Valentine's Day. Should be a beautiful day tomorrow. We're going to see a lot of sun again. High pressure is going to be moving in, so keeping our skies clear and very comfortable high temps, most likely in the mid 60s out there tomorrow. If you're heading out for your Valentine's Day evening, we do have comfortable temps then as well. Clear skies, temps falling quickly into the 40s. Have a look at our next chance for rain coming up in that full forecast in just a bit.
This is the town that taught me grace. This is the town that taught me faith. And this is the town that taught me, no matter what, neighbors take care of neighbors.
Nikki Haley back on her home turf leading up to the South Carolina presidential primary later this month.
The scene there behind Haley and Bamberg, just a reminder of the destruction and the journey ahead for the small town. Today was part of her bus tour all around the state of South Carolina, and our Sydney Hood was there.
She made voters aware of her views on foreign policy and the economy, but Nikki Haley's main message today was telling the folks of Bamberg she hasn't forgotten her roots here.
This little town has been through so much, but I also know this sweet little town is the town that raised me.
I was wondering if she was going to come to her hometown after the devastation with the tornado. She made it a point to come here to see all that's going on in Bamberg, and that she still has a heart for our community.
She's got the nurturing intuition of a woman that's going to have to start addressing the family and family life issues that we really have to address in our society today.
Other issues included the economy.
The way we should take care of our economy is, first of all, let's claw back the $100 billion of unspent COVID dollars that are still out there. If 8% of our budget is interest, quit borrowing. Cut up the credit cards. You have to balance the budget every day.
She also mentioned taking federal programs to the state level.
That way we're reducing the size of the federal government, but we're empowering people here on the ground. Think education, think welfare, think healthcare, think mental health.
The biggest thing on the minds of voters here is unity.
I think we finally have the right person to bring America back to what it used to be. And I want that kind of America back for my son and his children. I want that kind of America back for all children.
She's not going to always do what everybody wants, but I really do feel like she has a good, sincere heart, and that matters to me a lot, to know that somebody cares. And I really do feel like that she cares for the people.
2 people in the primary, but the choice is ultimately up to you. In Bamberg, Sydney Hood, on your side.
And that Republican primary comes up February the 24th. We've been waiting to see what it would look like when Nikki Haley got back to her hometown, and today, there she was.
That's right. And remember, South Carolina is an open primary state, so it doesn't matter if you're registered as Republican or Democrat. You can choose which primary election you vote in. You still have time to hit the polls for the special election for the Georgia House of Representatives District 125 seat today. This is for Barry Fleming's seat. He has been appointed as a Superior Court judge by Governor Kemp, leaving his old seat vacant. Candidates running for his seat include C.J. Pearson, Gary Richardson, Jim Steed, Kay Turner, and John Turpish. The polls close tonight at 7, and as a reminder, this is not a countywide election.
Heads up for Richmond County parents. School leaders want to hear your opinions about the future of that school district. Last night, board members presented a master plan showing several phases of possible consolidations and new facilities that could come to Richmond County. So now school board leaders are inviting parents to attend a public information session about the plan. You have 6 chances to do that. The first one comes up March the 4th, 6 p.m. over at Brian Mary Elementary. You can see the full list of dates on our website, WRDW.com.
Following an almost 2-hour delay, Augusta committee meetings were packed with lots of action, to include hearing from the owner and sheriff's office about the smart grocery store on Wrightsboro Road. It's been the site of 9 shootings in the past few years, 2 of those deadly. Today, we found out in the past week both the sheriff's office and the property owner have been working together with added security hired by Smart Grocery. Richmond County has been supplying a nearby deputy on the spot from 5 to 9 p.m. on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday moving forward. But commissioners say it's not enough.
We still have problems with loiters. We have problems with homeless people. We still have drug activities, but it's on more on an increased volume. And we still seek the same help from RCSO.
They've now got security Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. To me, that's not that's a step. That's a start. But we need to have. I say every day. I even mentioned once or twice up there, from dusk till dawn.
This now moves to the full commission about whether or not to revoke their alcohol license. New tonight, one club owner's liquor license at risk of being revoked after a deadly shooting outside of their business. Next week, the full commission will decide if Alan Von Says will keep his license. He's the owner of Club Rain and Level 9 Sports Bar. Last year, Level 9 was on probation because of violent crimes committed in and around that business. In January of this year, the sheriff's office sent in this formal request to city leaders to revoke the alcohol license.
Also new tonight, the Augusta Commission accepting the resignation of Parks and Rec Director Maurice McDowell. We have reached out to learn more about that decision. We'll let you know when we find out more. Coming up tonight in sports, Dan helps us get set for a big night of playoff basketball action and tells us why there's a lot more on the Butler head basketball coach's mind than just winning their region tournament.
And it is looking like we are going to see a couple of cold nights in a row, but a beautiful next few afternoons. We'll have a look at that full forecast just after the break.
Call me right now.
All right, what do we got?
Looks like 64 yards to the pin, about 64 mile per hour winds.
Dude, there's no wind.
Hand me my 64-degree wedge.
What's it with you and 64?
Are you 60?
.com! Metz Plumbing has been your personal Zonda.
Hey, Brett, I think we need a jingle.
What'd you have in mind?
I don't know yet.
Well, if you're taking something, come knock on my door.
Come and knock on my door.
If you're 64.
A little bit better opportunity for rain on Saturday. So at the moment, we are keeping that low and rain chance. Higher confidence, we will see cooler temps by the weekend. So highs will go from the upper 60s to only the 50s. So a little bit cooler outlook Saturday and Sunday. Quick look at your 7-day forecast. We have a beautiful day tomorrow for Valentine's Day plans, and then just a few more clouds as we close out the work week Friday.
On your sideline.
It's playoff time for our local South Carolina high school basketball teams, and tonight we have a full slate of fun matchups across the board. On the boys' side, Fox Creek and Strom Thurmond will both be hosting first-round playoff games. On the other hand, Silver Bluff, Saluda, and Batesburg-Leesville will all be on the road tonight. The defending state champion North Augusta Lady Jackets will be at home taking on Greenville. Aiken's girls will have Greenwood at home, and South Aiken is traveling to face Pickens. In Class 1A from the girls teams from these schools, Denmark Olar, Bamberg Earhart, Allendale Fairfax, and McCormick all earned home court advantage in the first round, while Williston Elko will be playing at Southside Christian. Back here in the Peach State, the Butler Bulldogs are the 3 seed in their region tournament this year. They're playing with a boatload of momentum right now after defeating both Westside and Thompson within a 3-day span last week. Head coach Chaz Clark is in his first year leading Butler, and while he's expecting to coach his team to a deep playoff run this year, both he and his fiance are expecting their first child to be born within the next 2 weeks.
That's been an ongoing joke with my family and close friends of like, what, if we're in the Final Four and I get a call, what am I going to do? You know, rushing to lead the game and, you know, that sort of thing. It's been exciting all year round. You know, it's been new. First year, I'm going to be a first-time father, first-time varsity head coach, and it's kind of surreal to have those 2 journeys literally start at the exact same time.
The Butler Bulldogs' first game in their region tournament is tonight at Josie High School at 8:30.
Where does the Peach State stand in the ranking for healthcare? We're sharing some new data coming up next.
And also had to push for answers from Thompson's new mayor, Benji Cranford. It's a new roadblock. We explain next on News 12 at 6 o'clock.
First Alert Radar, powered by Jim Hudson Automotive Group. Has a life-changing Envoy and Associates.
I'll take the fight to them and make sure you get everything you deserve.
We first told you a couple of weeks ago about Thompson Mayor Benji Cranford facing a federal lawsuit. In the lawsuit filed last July, a bonding company called Fidelity and Deposit Co. of Maryland said it suffered more than $4 million in losses over Cranford's projects.
News 12 tried several times to reach the mayor to learn more about these allegations. Today, he was set to sit down with our Hallie Turner, but you say Benji was a no-show.
Yeah, after several phone calls and text messages to the city clerk to schedule an interview with Mayor Cranford to talk about this lawsuit, we were told the mayor would sit down with us this morning at 11. But this is the city receptionist calling Mayor Cranford one final time after several calls while we waited on him an hour in the lobby. By noon, there was still no word or sighting of Mayor Cranford. We left a note to reschedule and headed across the street to his business C&H Paving, hoping to find him there. After a few knocks on both the front and side doors, no one answered.
So, Hallie, what are they telling you about his work schedule?
Well, the receptionist says the mayor is usually in his office first thing every morning, but when we got there this morning at 10:40, she had not seen him. But Mayor Cranford did call back about an hour ago, and we have rescheduled to meet him Thursday at 11. Did he offer an excuse for why he wasn't at that meeting? He got confused from last week's meeting with the News 12 reporter and said there had been a misinterpretation, but he will be there Thursday at 11. Okay, and we will look forward to hearing from them. And Hallie, thank you. New in the last hour, the board that governs Georgia's public colleges Tuesday authorized the University of Georgia to establish a medical school at its Athens campus. This development will be the Peach State's second public medical school. The other, of course, the Medical College of Georgia, right here in Augusta. The State House has approved $50 million for design and construction and is now awaiting a Senate vote. This is roughly half the money needed to build the school. New tonight, a snapshot of health here in Georgia. Augusta University sharing details of their second annual Healthy Georgia report.
The study covers a lot of hot-button issues like high blood pressure, diabetes, and more. As Taylor Martin shows us, the goal is to make you more aware.
From obesity to cancer to insurance, Georgia ranks low in some areas and high in others. Of those, here's where Georgia's fallen behind.
The obesity rates, we increased by almost 4 percentage points, so it's a huge increase.
Last year, Georgia ranked 25th compared to other U.S. states with adults with obesity. This year, Georgia ranks 14th highest of all states with obesity in the U.S., with higher rates among young adults, middle-income households, and women.
We need to do interventions in this particular area. Cut your sodium intake, or cut the sugar consumption, or do regular physical exercise. So these are not very costly interventions.
With obesity comes lack of dental care, then lack of insurance coverage. Keith says it's like a domino effect.
We have the second lowest rate of health insurance coverage among adults in the United States.
But in the middle of those areas for improvement are the areas where we're doing better, like flu vaccinations, diabetes, and skin cancer, just to name a few. With the help of lawmakers, the hope is to use this report to improve those areas in need of work.
Together we have to work on this. We will see a betterment through change in our lifestyle and behavior.
And it's no small report. There are about 50 pages of findings in this year's report.
And it is now in the hands of state lawmakers to give them a better idea of Georgians' healthcare needs. We're going to have a link to the full report for you on our website. We have more News 12 right after this quick break.
Let's drive.
Baby.com. Click, click.
Coming up on the CBS Evening News, some student loan borrowers face a major dilemma, paying off their debts or providing for their family. We hear from one single mom who owes hundreds of thousands of dollars, plus tips you need to know to avoid defaulting on your payments. That and more headlines tonight on the CBS Evening News.
All right, beautiful night over SRP Park. Take another quick look at the Aquinas and ARC game going on tonight. This is going to be a doubleheader, so they're still finishing up game one here. Beautiful conditions. Right now we're in the 50s, but temps will fall all the way down to the 30s by daybreak tomorrow morning. Cold start to our Valentine's Day, but a nice finish with highs in the 60s. We should see nice weather the rest of the work week, but possibly a few showers Saturday.
Funny how baseball starts with jackets and sweaters, right?
Right, yeah, around here, yeah.
Our next live update, 7 o'clock on 26 News.
At the CBS Evening News, we focus on solutions, finding solutions to help people understand what are the right choices to make for you and your family.
Cracks in your